I've joined his
Rain Warriors.
It says I'm player 2. Is that you?
Okay, I have control now. Before I couldn't do anything.
Okay.
Who knows? Okay, your boy, right? I'm not moving. Look, no hands. You can see there's nothing up either of my sleeves.
Was this from a save point?
Okay.
A save state where I had initiated the save?
I think so. I've been dog, right?
Okay. All right. I think we're we're up and ready. Also, hello, Israeli Sherbotfar. I'm not even sure if I've done everything to set up yet. It's been It's been a whirlwind.
You can take your time. If we need a pause.
I'm just looking over the things. I don't see anything that's missing. I mean, I've got you in the corner. I've got sound looks okay. The game's running. We can both control things. There's a stupid insect over here flying through the wall. Yeah, I guess we're ready. I just don't feel like I'm ready for some reason.
What would make you feel like you're ready?
I don't know. I think we're ready. I think we're ready.
Emotionally, you're not ready for the secret of Evermore.
Oop. Okay, so that's how I get back into the pipe. So we just open this door that's like on the other side of this wall with this switch here that's got like a picture of a weird spider with a face on it.
Sea creature of some sort? Sea creature?
I have a feeling we're going to meet this creature.
It's quite possible. You lost your dog,
if I recall correctly. So, do you want to go down the
okay,
right
you
pipe?
don't need me. You don't need. You have the camera. You don't need me. I don't think we go here. But it's fine. It's fine.
Well, we got to go wherever that door was.
Yeah.
This
We gotta
looks
follow
like
the rainbow.
I think this is it. You guessed right. Because look at this. There's a hole.
Boy.
And this is probably the place we were just at. Aha!
I'm an idiot savant or whatever they say.
Aha! There it is.
Eyes.
It's the thing that it was a picture of. It was the spider with the face on it thing.
Bido.
It was this pipe monster. Hello,
Hey
kiddo.
there, kiddo. Well, you wanted to be Fire Eyes?
Is that
Who
Fire
am I
Eyes?
voicing? I think that's her, the girl in a pink dress with yellow hair.
I mean, it looks like Fire Eyes, but why would she be evil all of a sudden? Did she trick us into coming to the volcano to turn it off or something?
So she can push us in.
And wait,
maybe she was always evil.
Is the volcano just run by like a pump system here, and we can just like close the valve? Is that what's going on?
I think this is like a geothermal factory sort of situation. They're generating power from the passive gain of the heat of the lava using, I don't know what kind of metal. Superoid. Made that up. I don't know.
Fire Eyes. Oh, it is Fire Eyes, or at least it looks like Fire Eyes to Chugmander.
Me and to Brad and to Chugmander. There's a consensus has been reached. You called? Oh man.
Aha!
Hi sis. Hot enough for you? Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Fire Eyes wore glasses.
Hot enough for you?
Who are you? She really wants to know. You think I'm your evil twin? Ice Eyes? Fire Nose? And I'm here to take over. As hot as it may be inside a volcano, the temperature is dropping outside. I'm cutting it off, the source. If the world freezes, my village will die out. It's the idea. My vipers and I can control over your world. As much as I'd like to chat, sister, I've got work to do. So if you'll forgive me, I'm going to make you go away now. She pulls out a handgun.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
She just exploded.
Wow. She's dead. She just shot her.
So, She didn't seem to be aware of the existence of his sister. She was like, "Who are you?" Right?
Yeah. This is dubious.
So I feel like this evil twin thing might be a new situation.
This is a novelty. I cannot seem to advance this menu.
Oh, I pressed the button there.
It was you.
All right, so can we attack that thing? Oh, we gotta.
So,
we're fighting the rock.
Man, hello. Is that you?
Wow.
You just got.
We never came back.
Dead forever now. Is that gonna be an F4 or what? What are we doing here?
Well, we just saved the game, so we can just reload.
Okay.
Let's do a natural reload for this.
Cool. That's what I wanted to do too. I was just testing you. And then make sure you are a real enough gamer.
And then do a save state when
What is happening?
That's the empty one.
Oh. Cool, baby. Build the game? I'm into it.
So, yeah, so... Oh, I see.
Achoo.
You want to switch?
Oh, yeah, how do I do? Okay, I'm dog now.
So this guy lets us save, but does not heal us.
Sure.
We don't have any heal magic left. We got some fire. 1 petals.
Want to make our way back to the shop and then come back to beat up Fire Eyes 2?
I don't know. I figure we can give it a shot. Do you think we should go back to the shop?
It doesn't matter to me. It's an RPG, right?
Yeah. So where do we go? We went here and then straight up?
Yeah, here and that's it. The Ballad of Chugmander and his faithful dog. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think we're locked in now.
I think we should give it a try, see if we can't survive a little longer. I've had forgotten that we were at low health because the idea of being able to save but not it being an end and restoring us at the same time was kind of novel to me, and I didn't expect it.
Right. Your word feeds my village will die. That's the idea. You take over with my vipers. Say the chance to got work. You'll have to forgive me. I'm gonna make you go away now.
So do a save state now, I think.
Then it'll clear over our thing. That would only save us like 6 seconds. I don't know. Maybe I'm being silly. You gonna heal or?
I'll take a hit first.
Okay.
So the dog I can heal with the thingies. Uh-oh, where am I?
Give you the camera, because you're boy.
Okay, so...
I wonder if you use the call bead if Fire Eyes shows up.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
I'm just curious to see if she's really dead. Is that canon? I feel like the fire's not going to hurt it.
Did it take 100 and something damage? Oh, it heals in the lava. Look at that. Yeah, I wonder if I have to throw my spear at this thingy up here.
Dog's dead. An FYI.
Your dog.
Wow.
Okay, no, I can't. Alright, I'm not going to survive long, am I?
No,
what's this do? I looked up what these do. I think Essence is a status heal. I don't remember what Pixie Dust does.
Hello, Arkanoid. Bienvenue.
Oh yeah, hi, Arkanoid Addict. Sorry, I got distracted by this pet rock. Oh, the Pixie Dust is like a Zelda fairy.
It's a furry.
Okay.
Yeah, we're dead.
So maybe we do need to head back to town and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it. probably gonna make it. That's fine. You got to know when you've been beat, right? I think this is you. I think you have to press the button because you're the boy. There's some weird rules how this works. How the button presses are worked out. This would be less of an issue if we were like in physical space and you were holding like the first person paddle. Okay, so this is the one.
Well, I think the issue is like sometimes like I initiated the battle because I walked into the thing.
Yeah.
And then some of the dialogue is hard-coded cutscene, so it'll always use the first player, and then some of it uses the which character am I cutscene interface, which has the hack for 2 players in it.
Yes. That's plausible.
Okay, so we have to
escape.
I figure since we moved all the coconuts, maybe it should be quick to get out of here, in theory. Uh-oh. Yeah. What's this?
My game doesn't do anything. Does yours?
I'm paused.
Okay, mine's RetroArch just crashed.
Oh. Very good.
Did yours crash?
Yes.
Okay. Let's hopefully it restarts.
Yes.
Because I had to reset my computer.
Manuel returns.
Okay. We're good. We're good. Well, I mean, we're better than the worst. It's the cursed ROM. That's right.
So what we've discovered is this 2-player hack of Secret of Evermore has the capability of crashing the emulator sometimes.
The way to put it is it has the capability of working sometimes.
I suppose so.
So I started NetPlay, so you can join in.
Oh, right. I have to
you.
Once again rejoin.
All right, I'm now dog.
I wonder, what if instead of RetroArch we tried using like regular old SNES 9X?
We try that. I don't know how that would improve it, but it's fine also.
I don't think it has rollback, but it might not crash as much. And I don't think
have rollback netcode for this. RetroArch have rollback netcode?
Well, yeah, that's why RetroArch's net system is kind of nice. It uses rollback.
I didn't know that. I'm stuck. I can't get through. I killed the Viper. Okay. Get some goo. Curse indeed. The cursed ROM. Still think that this music sounds like the music from the caverns in GoldenEye 007 for the N64. Just with me.
I don't know. I don't really know
Also reminds me
the music of GoldenEye so well.
Also reminds me of some Donkey Kong Country music, but there's sort of an overlap there between the music from...
That was shorter than expected. Yeah. I guess this has been like a series of like finding things to unlock. Well, it's nice that it's like giving me free pedals.
Yeah.
Can I get back to the town? It's over to the left here somewhere? Or?
I believe so, yes.
All right.
You and your little dog.
So we can buy some stuff. Where's the shop? Is this the shop? Yeah. The woman with the fruit hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your dog sounds hungry.
Well, we bought him a new biscuit.
Your dog got a blue nose also. Is there a breed of dog that has blue noses? Do we know about that?
I don't know. What are the ingredients for heal? So, root and water. Water and...
Heal would be its own ingredient. Sounds like a delicacy.
So we don't care about levitate anymore, but root and water we could use. So we want wax and oil, root and water. So there was
mud peppers, right?
Oh,
we can't buy them.
Yeah, but we can only use them for levitate, so I don't think it's important. They're, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this area was empty before, but now there's a guy here. Well done. Nice save.
There before.
Defend.
Jay is gone.
Clay and ash.
On what level does Chugmander speak to you, Jay? Curious.
Okay. So we need root and water. That's what we're missing. So this guy wasn't here before when we found this area. It was just some chests.
Was it not? I thought he was there, but I could be wrong.
No. He appears later on. I was looking up to see if we'd missed stuff. And okay, so we actually have a lot of wax, water, ash.
Chugmander speaks to me on one of those minus world levels from Super Mario Bros. Interesting. What does he say when you're there? We're rolling it. Look how many claws we got. A lot of dead animals, eh? If you have 3,000 claws, that counts for a lot of dead vipers.
Like the name Chugmander speaks to you? Or
Chugmander, the creature. Chugmander himself. Where are we going, Brad?
Oh, I wanted to go to the clay area over here. I think there was another guy that
There's a hermit.
Sold stuff.
You gotta do is go into the whirlpool.
I really love the going through a whole little effect there. So does he
sound effect is weird.
Sell ingredients? Oh no, I thought he would sell ingredients.
Haggard.
So, hi there, Haggard.
Rattler.
Haggard Hessian, how's it going?
Rattler sounds delicious. Like how the whole thing doesn't suck the dog up, so the dog just vibrates.
Dragon fruit rattlers. I kind of wonder how that would taste, because like dragon fruit itself,
look.
It looks amazingly, it looks amazing as a fruit, but it's really, really mild in flavor.
Sure.
It's like the flavor of a kiwi, but expanded to like 4 times as much fruit flesh. So it's like, you know,
that dragon though.
Just low flavor.
Where are we going?
I feel there's something out here. Where does this go? No. I'm on a wild goose chase, aren't I?
I don't remember any of this.
There's a cool spell called Hardball, but I forget where it was on the map.
Oh, you were cheating.
I was cheating.
That Brad, always looking up the cheat codes and the hacks.
I don't know. I thought it was funny. Like we had missed quite a few things. Like, what's this place up here for?
How's GiiV? How's work?
Oh well.
How's GiiV work? I'm doing good. Just playing playing a spicy video game with Brad. I'm playing as the dog, so I don't have to think about items or equipment or magic or statistics.
How do we get up
really
here? Oh,
anything.
okay, some stairs.
Same way we get down.
Hey, wait, what? Oh, look at that. There's these carvings on the wall. Is that meaningful? Probably not, eh?
I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. It looks like dungeon dressing to me.
There's like a man with the sun.
Hieroglyphics. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know.
I think some texture artist was just having a good day.
Perhaps so.
Oh, you have a copy of Secret Evermore? That was fun. That's cool. What is that? Don't. That's alright.
I like, by all rights, I should have a copy of Secret of Evermore. Or rather, I should have sold my copy of Secret of Evermore for cash years ago. But it got stolen. But then again...
I see. It's bad.
But then again, the fact that so many of my SNES carts got stolen is kind of why I ended up selling the other ones that I had eventually, you know? It's like, well, my collection's meaningless now, and all my favorite games are gone. Right. So I'll just sell the rest. But if that had happened, I might have kept them a lot longer. I don't know. Who knows?
Who can say?
Who knows what I have done in a different world, in a different time.
Does Moosehead count as beer, Brad? Have you had a bottle of Moosehead in recent years?
Yeah, I like Moosehead. It's a nice lager.
Okay.
Who's having a Moosehead?
Definitely not Jade. Apparently, Moosehead is the people who made the Dragon Fruit Rattler.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Is this the inn?
That's the inn, baby.
All right.
Yeah, the music is good. Lots of atmospheric tracks. It's a very different take on an RPG soundtrack, especially in the SNES era. We were talking earlier about how there's remarkably little slap bass in this game.
Oh yeah, thanks for the congratulations, Haggard Hessian. So are you saying, Jaconius, that you still have the cart, or you still have their SNES? Or
still has the system, but he doesn't have Secret of Evermore.
That's a long borrow.
Yes.
24 years and counting.
I've had Secret of Evermore for 24 years, and I still haven't beaten that blasted evil Fire Eyes. How was the final playthrough of Battletoads? Were you elated?
Oh, that's weird.
No.
Wait.
Didn't care about.
Oh, it was pretty nice. It was a fun playthrough. We're gonna play it more though.
Okay, that was gonna be my follow-up question. Because, now that you're done, do you feel an empty place inside?
We gotta play the non-ROMhack version, which I think will actually be easier. Because like one of the hardest levels. Hang on, how did we get to the rest of
in the other direction?
I know, but oh wait, was the whole like Steam thing up here? Oh, okay, never mind. I don't want to go wandering around there. Yeah, let's just...
then felt alive. He'd wish that he'd gone straight. So what's the difference between the two different versions?
Okay, so we've been playing a bug fix version. So stage 11 just kills the second player when you get there.
The pizza cutter one?
Yeah. So you can't play that 2 players in the regular version. You could in the PAL version or in the Japanese version, but both of them also have other differences.
Sure. You want to play the Americano version?
Yeah.
We're getting murdered by these vipers.
I don't know, your health looks pretty nice to me right now.
Oh. A second SNES. So does that mean you have 3 SNESs right now? Yours, your friend's, and your second? Or is your friend's the second? 1997, eh? That is a long loan. Hey, Darsix. Doing mucho good.
Darsix.
¿Cómo estás? I'm a dog. Aroo!
I'm okay, you're a dog.
I'm living my best dog life. I don't have to think about anything. I just have to be the dog. Hey, I reached level 12.
Excellent.
Aroo! Being a dog's easy in this game. I just have to press one button. I guess I do need to work the D-pad also. And I have to do this from time to time. Just waiting on chicken wings. What are they doing?
Chicken wings.
What are they doing that they're keeping you waiting?
I found some really great gochujang flavored chicken wings, like President's Choice brand. Yeah, a while ago, but they haven't had them in stock again since, and I really want more because it was good. It's one of those cases like whenever it's like finally available again, I'll probably buy like 3 boxes of it. Keep them in the freezer.
Yeah. I get that.
All right.
Okay, before we do this, I gotta blow my nose. All right.
Oh no, I already did it.
Pause. Don't walk forward.
I tried to walk. I tried to walk backward, and it triggered the dialogue. I tried to walk out. It seemed like I was in control. So you have 2 SNESs? Hello, kiddo. I like this furnace valve thing that's going on here. It looks like it's alive. I thought we were going to have to fight this. I thought this was going to be the boss. But I think this is just a device. It's not sentient.
It's 0 NESs. He borrowed his for a while. 15 years. Oh, interesting. We have 2 SNESs, and neither of them are yours. Fire eyes. You called? I want to try using the call stone during this fight. Can we do that?
Yeah, well I did use it, and it did damage.
You used the call stone? The call beads or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but if you say so.
Well.
So you're saying you stole an SNES? You borrowed one.
Fire eyes. Oh, I like how she's reading a book. Oh, I must have gotten canceled before because I don't remember this menu. But I remember an attack hitting. What do you want to do? Flare? Heat wave?
I don't remember you doing this at all. I think
Storm.
You just cast fireball.
It's Magmar.
The Pokemon?
Oh, I was thinking of Magmar.
Cavern?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm counting. 24 years and counting. No stopping him now. He can't fail me.
You know what? I'm going to use this defense spell that we got, because why not?
You could use some. Just allowed you to dodge that attack. That's something. We're also glowing blue. That's good. Like we're gonna use our supers.
Oh wow, that did like a ton more damage.
199. I'm almost dead. Also, just
I'll give you.
Wait for me to die.
I'll give you a bone.
Knack, paddywhack.
Oh, that must have been a critical.
Okay, I'm dead.
Okay, here's your bone. There's a bone among us.
So what I'm hearing, Jay, is that you beat up and killed your friend in order to get his SNES.
Oh no!
We save.
We did. We saved it. No, we didn't save at the Friendly Lizard.
No.
We saved at the village.
Yeah, we're going back to the village then. I guess it's not very far to go.
No.
Very far to go. 'Cause I love you so. I forget, what's the name of the band that plays What Is Hip? The punk band?
Oh, Tower of Power.
There you go. Yeah. Anyways, forgot what that was for a day.
Rocco, what's his name?
The bassist. Rocco Patitucci. I don't know. He would have died if the dog was also called Chugmander. I think that we would have had we would have had better team synergy, I think. I think, Brad, you only healed yourself up to like 60 hit points or something, right?
Well, I kept using pedals, but then I'd get like hit right after.
Right.
And I don't have any roots for my heal spell because nobody sells roots for some reason.
So far, the gameplay in Secret of Evermore is way better than the gameplay in Secret of Mana. But the story in Secret, and the world in Secret of Mana, I think is definitely better than this.
Yeah.
Like, to be quite honest, I kind of don't like this kid as a character, but it's fine. It's whatever. He's sort of a not character.
He's a real goof.
The Secret of Evermore kid kind of really isn't even in his own game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Alright, so... you want to save state? Or maybe we should save state after the dialogue?
Nah, here's fine. Because if we save state during the dialogue, we're stuck in the boss fight forever, right? And if we're under leveled or something.
Well, we're not stuck forever. We can load from the natural save if we die to the boss.
Yeah, the kid, I'm with you, Jay. The character for the kid is extremely flat, right? He's just like, ha ha ha, I saw a movie. That's kind of his whole shtick. We've been hitting that note hard, Secret of Evermore. It's okay, though. He's getting the job done. I think you have to press the button now, because you're player one.
Okay. So it seemed the charge attack was much more effective.
Yeah.
However, he keeps hitting me while I'm charging.
Wins you over easily, but he never quite claims your heart, right? He's just a little too dumb. I'm saying. You're only at 43 hit points also, so you should heal.
Okay.
Didn't care much for Earthworm Jim, to be quite honest. It's a fine game, but you know, not on my list of bestest games as ever's. I know there's some like vowed Earthworm Jim lovers out there, though.
Magmar takes 10 damage from the fire attack. That's good. That's things working as they should be, I think.
Yeah. His name is Magmar, for heck's sake. Only at 57 hit points. You should heal yourself again.
Was there a Magmar Pokemon?
Yeah, it's called Magmar. You only have 29 hit points. You should heal yourself. I'm dead also.
You only have...
Cannot act. You only have 40 hit points. Heal yourself. Actually.
I should use this pixie dust as well. What's going on back there?
So he can heal himself whenever he wants and shoot us with lava rays. So why even bother giving the lava, right? It just happened.
Oh, I just got pixie dusted.
One hit point. You should heal.
I was in the process of healing. He just hit me while I was healing, and then the pixie dust.
300. I'm dead again also. Yeah, the boss is an idiot. You just stay in the lava forever. You're gonna heal there. I'm a dead dog. SPCA is gonna get upset at you. Come on, Magmar. You're such a coward. Hooah. I mean, it's nice that you can use the menu in order to not get hit. Moogus! Big finishing hit. Remember how we kept on doing that thing in Secret of Mana where you would die? And I would have to beat the boss. And then we made the joke that I had more experience points in real life than you. I thought this joke was absolutely hilarious, and it seemed like nobody else on the planet understood why I thought it was funny. Remember that? I think we're still there. Okay, she says. You want heat? I'll give you heat. I love that joke. I think this is you, Brad. So I can't hear you. Lost Brad's voice. No, Mike. But you can hear me on my... Can you hear me on my stream? Okay. Okay, I just can't hear Brad. Can you hear Brad on his end? You cannot hear... You can't hear Brad. So long, suckers. I can't hear Brad. Can people on Brad's side hear Brad? Oh, okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. Who knows? There you go. Anyway, it was a good joke.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Loved that joke. Does anybody want me? There, I got you again.
Sorry, in the process of checking stuff, I kind of made a mess. I'll be back. I just need a second.
Yeah, he sounds low to me too. Okay. All right. Does anybody want a recap of the me having more experience points in real life? I'm really dedicated to the idea of this being funny one day, and I would really like to bring people up to speed. Sure, yeah. You ran out of ways to make it lighthearted. This joke ruined my life for like a few days because everyone in my life had to hear about it. I kept on just coming up with new ideas to play the joke out, and it definitely damaged some of my relationships. I'm not gonna lie. So no, it was being mean. Exactly. Because he's not a high in his level.
Let's see. There?
What? Hello.
Too loud? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You're crushing. You're slamming that gate.
Feels...
Ooh, baby, I love you. Do.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa. I'm having trouble setting a level here. It's almost like
I'm fine on mine.
Fluctuating. Maybe that's okay.
Interesting. You can come up just a hair from my perspective, but
yeah.
I don't know what it's like.
Oh. I turn it up a tiny bit and it goes into the red and then...
Yeah. We heard the balance.
I don't know, these knobs are no good.
Sorry.
So maybe that's good there.
Okay.
So what my question that I was trying to ask is, did we find out Fire Eyes' twin? Does she have a different name, or is she also called Fire Eyes? Like, is she a doppelganger evil twin?
We'll find out in this scene.
All right. Here we go. Oh, nope, she exploded.
Everyone died. Okay, well that wraps up that plot thread.
Oh, where are we going?
7. Are we being shot into a different timeline? Or just being thrown to our death?
Oh, we landed in a big shell.
A turtle shell? That was fortuitous. Kid has nothing to say about it. Where the falls we go. So, am I the bear and you're the bird? Or are you the bear and I'm the bird?
The bird? Are we playing Banjo-Kazooie now?
Yeah. Somebody's got to be playing a banjo as we go over those falls. Hey, look, it's a pirate ship. The face of the dog. Good dog art. Where's the dog? Well, I've earned a break.
Dandy, Don, Carlisle, in Sink Boat Sink.
I think I've got water in every orifice, pocket, and pore. It's kind of gross.
No sign of a Mogus. Better look around for a Mogus.
I hope I have a peg leg and an eye patch and a pirate hat after this. Wow, that's just a human. That's just a guy to kill. We need a different time period? Is this what happened?
Wait, who's this? Oh, I thought that was a person. Did I get plagued? Am I poisoned now?
I hope so. Gotta go find your dog. Sort of a hut. Talk to this guy, or is he violent as well?
Oh.
I have... Oh, he's mashing. I was going to do a line read.
Oh, check it out. We have zero
green triangles.
We have 0 gems.
Triangles?
But he's a money changer.
This is usury. Mr. Excellent joke.
This is probably worth it. I don't think people are going to take talents around here.
Well, after your excellent joke. Do you want me to read your joke aloud, Jay?
The face of the dog. Where's the joke? He can only I can only go up to 7 volume until I kill all the rats in someone's basement. Is that an ease joke?
No, it's because in real life you're a lower level than me, right?
I don't follow.
Okay, I mean, I've already explained this once already on the stream, So I'll try one last time. Remember when we were playing Secret of Mana? Remember when we were playing Secret of Mana, right?
Yes.
There was those bunch of bosses.
I remember these things happening.
I beat the bosses while you were dead, right?
Explaining the past won't explain how it's relevant to this joke.
Okay. But you remember that happened, right? You confirm or deny?
There's a city on the other side of the desert.
Yes or no answer?
I do.
Okay.
The ghost pirate might give us passage across the sand.
Okay. So
this is Crustacia.
Because I had beaten the bosses and you weren't present for it. In addition to in the game, my character having more experience points, that in real life also I had more experience points, right? So the idea is that from now on until the end of time, I would always be leveling up before you. And so there's things that
Check
I would
it out.
be able to do.
Dog armor.
You could. Okay.
We're getting dog armor.
That's the joke. I tried. You're almost dead. Still poisoned, right?
Yeah. If only I could cast this
fireball. Google.
Is there not like an inn up here somewhere?
I don't know. I'm not in this scene anymore, so.
There's a reward for treasures on the other side of the river. I'm going after them, I am.
That's cool.
It's a real sailor man.
Lives in the garbage can.
Can't carry any more nectar. Maybe I should... Oh wait,
there's another dude back there. Just chilling. Hello, my friend. I've got a great deal for you. I can offer you this rare and powerful Amulet of Annihilation. If you put it on, though, it kills you, right?
Sure, give it to me. No? Oh, I don't have enough cash. That was shady.
That's
they were like hiding behind the box.
I think it's an old joke, right? Did you play much D&D back in the day, Bradley? Or now?
Was there a joke about an Amulet of Annihilation that annihilates the wearer?
Yeah, that's a Tomb of Horrors thing, where you find this Amulet of Annihilation, and it's like a rare and powerful artifact. But when you put it on, it kills your character.
Oh.
Yeah. You're a mean DM, and it's fun.
Wait, so what's this for? Can I
think it's an elevator. It's for lifting cargo.
Yeah, but I haven't gone very far. It just seems...
just dungeon dressing. No, it's just to make the world feel more real.
Where's my dog?
Oi, matey, welcome to my inn.
It's a hammock. I like that.
I thought the Anchor Boys were Cyclopses at first. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. I didn't get a good look, admittedly. You feel now that you've gotten your dog killed, Brad?
I don't think the dog's dead.
Okay.
This is the... Yeah, we talked to him already. Have I been in here?
And really, in a lot of ways, this is advantageous, because not having to play has really freed up a lot of my attention to just make quibs, right?
Yeah, now you can explain the the level up joke 4 more times.
I have this secret belief that if I can just explain it to you, you'll understand it and enjoy it.
I understand it. There's no understanding problem.
Oh, but it's really funny though.
It's somewhat funny.
It tickled me.
This is a question of balance. It's how funny is it?
It's incredibly funny. It's one of the stupidest things I've thought of in ages.
Okay.
I think you're gonna have to cast out into the greater world. Maybe you can take that elevator.
Maybe I can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What elevator is useless now?
I mean, I could just go down the stairs. Like, what? Where do I need to go with that elevator? That's my question. Okay, so there's the bridge here.
Yeah, because the charisma score is too low. I guess, yeah. That's... You just look frowny. I like how there's, like, dudes in town who you just, like, talk to and you chill. Then there's this guy who's just, like, just straight up trying to murder you. Do you have, like, the ability to throw that spear? And attack from the distance. Backseat gaming. But only because the dog is dead.
No, you're allowed to backseat because you're right here. See, like that.
Ooh, a ninja. My dog is dead. You just exploded that human. He's just gone.
See, a lot of people compare backseat gaming to, like, you know, being on the couch with people.
Sure.
But it's like you can't be on the couch with 100 people at once. You know, it's not this. That's not the same. And you're not on the couch with the person who is really interested in this one particular game and sits on the same couch with everybody who ever plays this game. Like,
and tries to convince them to join their Secret of Evermore Discord league, where if you're not an ultra casual, you're allowed to play Secret of Evermore with them.
oh,
Man. The NHL 94 guy really put us in our place, eh? It does look like Krang's bodysuit. I, for the longest time, thought that the bodysuit was also a character, and that Krang just sort of like rode around inside that character. Is that not a thing? Was I just a dumb kid?
the suit can operate on its own.
Okay.
I don't know how much autonomy it has, but there is an episode, I think, where Krang is outside of the suit, and the suit's like walking around doing stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was its own character. You're confounded. I also have 20 hit points.
I'm so confounded I can't see any petals in my inventory. Did I use them all?
Yeah, you've been chowing down. Eat a dog biscuit. They're good, I swear. You go back to town, hit the inn. Okay. I didn't watch the Ninja Turtles cartoon in any systemic way.
Oh, this guy washed up from the Fire Eyes village.
Ooh, oh yeah, I remember.
And he's got pumpkins too. He brought pumpkins with himself.
He brought his culture with him. Is that the head of that horrible monster from the snake thing? I think it is. That's horrific.
Yeah, this is the guy that lived in the swamp.
Have you seen this world?
Is his name Blimp?
It's much different from the world of our plateau. I've explored... Oh, that's your line.
I've mainly been looking for Amogus. Wonder where he could be, or what he could be.
The boy's in on the joke.
Oh, it's your turn.
Oh man, I'm so fey. Look at this. It's a good walk animation. Dude. Should I supply the slap bass soundtrack that this game is missing?
Sure.
Hello, my wife and I take care of cleaning and maintaining the palace. Oh, sounds fun. Now you have to tolerate my antics. Look at the dog's ears go.
So with the rollback, when you tap like that, I see you like move in one direction and then it rewinds and then like you're going another direction, and it's kind of funny. But on your stream, it would look smooth or smoother.
Yeah, it's looking fine on my end. Hey, Rat707. Bienvenue. You called on me, sir? Yes, Pompolonius. I am ready to take my next step towards... Oh, okay, he talks fast. As my advisor, you can take me help with overwhelming power that I desire. Doesn't talk that fast. I must have the diamond eyes of the dog statue. Sir, the people will not support your actions unless they receive a sign from the sacred dog. I hate to burst your bubble, Pump, but the sacred dog is a myth. It can't be expected by some mystic creature to simply slide into the palace. Meanwhile, it's perfect time for a bass slide. Sir, we have a visitor. Aru! Okay, well, that was brief. Jeez. Brad gets to play for like an hour. It's time for you to find your pooch, for me to continue my studies of the lighter things than air. I hear there's a great city on the other side of the desert to the north.
It's funny that his name is Blimp and he studies things lighter than air.
Zeppelin, right? Zeppelin's last name was Zeppelin.
He made a bridge. Correctly. Oh, crush formula. Limestone and wax. Only we had these
Zeppelin
things.
made it. Zeppelin. Do you think the bridge was invented by someone whose last name was Bridge?
Okay, I don't have much money for stuff now.
There's a town near where I grew up called Bridgewater. And like as a kid, I never thought about it. Like I never put two and two together. But I remember like one day I realized that the place is just called Bridgewater. I couldn't help but feel like that was so dumb. Isn't that like every bridge?
Does every bridge have water, you mean? Or what do you mean?
Most of them do. That's why you build a bridge, right? Pass some other unpassable object, often a body of water. It's sufficient to say that, like, putting a bridge over water is not... I don't know. I feel like we've been there.
Oh, he can save. Maybe that's a good idea. In case I die.
But you should also heal if you can.
Nah.
Give her the big onion, Cecil.
Healing's for noobs. Noobs, I mean.
Oh, get pwned.
Give her the big onion. What?
I don't know what that means. I don't know either. So. Look, Skeleton loves to row. Yeah. Hey, Jack.
Sure.
You want a lift? Right across the hot desert costs you one Amulet of Annihilation. Sounds like we are on a fetch quest.
No? Oh.
Come back when you got one, Chief.
It looks like I'm taking 5 damage for being in the desert.
Yeah.
Like look at this.
You either need an Amulet of Annihilation, or you need a horse with no name. Tumbleweed, but it's vicious. Aggressive tumbleweed. I think this might be a Lost Woods type scenario. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna give her. I'm willing to wait this one out. Curious to see how long it lasts. And the game is giving you no explicit prompt saying that you're doing something wrong, right? Is your health continuing to drop? Your health dropping automatically still? This is just wounds you're taking. Are you attacked? Do you know? That's so stoic right now. I'm having a hard time telling if Brad's mic is broken or if he's just he's concentrating. Brad's committing to this idea. Oh, okay. There you go, it is the mic. Don't know. I had to fill more air.
Let's see. Okay, will that come back? Oh, you might be able to hear me, but I gotta.
I went through the desert on a horse.
There we go.
Mane.
I think I should be back. Let's see if RetroArch also has sound. No. Oh, I've lost game sound. Damn it.
The cartridge is cursed.
So
it's a cursed ROM. Clearly haunted.
Can you save state here?
Boy, can I.
And then
I gotta lose all this progress.
I gotta actually. Well, what I gotta do, I gotta disconnect and reconnect to you. So you can just hang on.
All right, I'm good at that.
And then I'll restart RetroArch. I plugged my device back in.
Okay.
Which caused RetroArch to go, oh, the audio device I'm on no longer exists. Better switch to something else, and then
switch back.
Yeah, it doesn't switch back because I plug in the new thing, or I plug it back in, but it doesn't go, oh, hey, the default device has changed. I need to switch back. It just goes, oh, the one I'm on is still working. Uh-oh. Why isn't my RetroArch starting?
Interesting.
So
I think the cartridge is. I think the ROM is cursed.
You think the ROM's doing this to us?
I think it's the only reasonable explanation is that there is a ghost inside the ROM. I can't do anything right now because I was on second player.
I know. Okay, I got sound back.
We're just in the swirling desert here. Learning what horn spears together.
All right.
Oh baby, boy Brad's back.
Okay.
All right. So you're gonna run in the desert.
We're crossing the desert.
I got bad news, Brad.
What?
Not getting anywhere.
I don't know. I think it might be.
Yeah, based on what?
You know, stuff's happening.
There's 3 tumbleweeds now.
Hey, I found an oasis. Now the question is, if I go south, do we leave? No. So...
Hey, Gradual Games.
I think I found an actual oasis. I'm poisoned. That's bad.
Did you look this up on the internet? Are you cheating again?
I can't remember if this works or not. I know you can get across the desert with the thing. I did not look up anything on the internet from beyond where we are, but I have played this game, you know, 25 years ago when it came out.
Interesting. Did you beat it?
Yes.
Okay. I'll forgive you then. That was a good life treating you, Gradual Games. We are gradually making our way across this desert here.
But
we don't have an Amulet of Annihilation.
Anyhow, all I know is
we don't have a horse with no name.
My dog is in the city to the north, so I have this opportunity to run north. I figure I should give it a shot.
Believe it or not, this is a co-op playthrough. Not be alarmed.
So,
dog is just dead right now.
Hey, look at this. What is this?
I don't know. Added some horror beast. Some evil creature with skeletal wings.
Did we run into any crashes with the co-op hack? Did we ever?
Do you mean within the last 15 minutes, or?
Why? How do I get in?
I think there may have been stairs on the left-hand side.
I'm being chased by flying skulls. Please let me... Oh, here we are. There's a door.
There we are. They remind me of the temple, underwater temple-y things from Terror from the Derp. This fellow was very insightful.
The end is near.
Heed my warning. Heed my warning, soapbox preacher. My perfumes are the finest. Oh. I want to know what they say. Spice especially. Okay.
A jar of spice for 2 beads. Or 3
ceramic pots.
Wait, so 3 spice for perfume. I think there's like a whole trading thing here where you can make a bunch of money if you run around a lot, buy stuff, but...
You can get stonks. Going on an adventure? Oh. My beads are...
Okay.
Are you going on an adventure? Oh, we're gonna talk to him. Boring. An item important from very far away. The jade disc, emperor key, and all of the beads. 3 chickens and beads. Is it a deal?
Right. If I had chickens and beads.
Ancient. I'll trade them. Interested? Okay, now. Helmets are my trade. I can't trade the obsidian helmet. Okay, let's note. Okay.
I'm just.
You're going to.
Well, this is not interesting dialogue. I don't think we need to read all of it.
How do you know it's not interesting? I've never read it before. This could be really. This could be the plot unfolding.
It's a market full of a marketplace full of people telling you what they're trading and for how much.
It's a market full of intrigue.
You're reading the menu behind the counter at the restaurant, you know?
Do you go to a restaurant and order without reading the menu?
I don't read it out loud pompously to people around me. Maybe sometimes.
I'm just trying to deepen the experience for the audience at the stream, Brad.
That's hot. We only travel in school.
This dumb kid. I don't know.
5 jewels.
I like.
No thanks.
I like reading the text. I don't know. Take my time, get into the world. You know what I'm saying?
For a souvenir and 2 tapestries. So I think there's a bunch of items you can get here.
Have a good one, Jay. Take care.
So I'm looking for the person who will, like, you can buy a jar of spice or something like that for... Can I just have this chicken? Give me the chicken. No. The appraiser will buy stuff. That's not what I need. Give me a chicken.
As much as I'm willing to trade, is it fine?
She wants spice or something.
The big meeting is going to happen in 11 minutes. I provide jewel exchange for other money. Would you like to exchange currencies? You don't have it.
I only have jewels.
You want beads?
Here we go. So this is the start.
Fabulous deal. Okay. One beads. You want beads? I can give you beads for only. What do you say? How many beads? 1.
Okay, now I have 2 beads. Who wants 2 beads?
No idea. Maybe if there was some way we could learn information from people in the
Who
market.
has rice? Does someone have rice? Oh, there's more people up here.
Maybe if you talk to them.
They're my friends.
They'll tell you.
2 bags of rice. Only I had rice.
Talk to the centurion. What does he say?
Oh, here we go. 9 jewels a bag. I can't afford it. I spent all my money on beads.
That guy was
juggling. What was he trading? Beads for 12 jewels. I got a better deal. I'll sell you some for 11 a piece.
Can't talk. Is he juggling?
I like that one.
The guy keep me entertained for hours. I think this guy's good. We should have seen him when he's juggling mummified cats. That's gross. It's really gross. Juggling antics of a clown are quite amusing.
Just put this guy on the bill.
No. Story of the ancient dog statue diamond adventure.
Have you seen the statue?
God, the city square. It's absolutely wonderful. Golden jackal. 2 chickens. Like the goat.
Oh, this place is big.
It's a big market.
I'm just wondering if I'm going to miss anything important if I just run away from the market. Maybe not.
Markets where we should do some shopping. What's the Centurion say? The Great Colosseum is being prepared for the Battle of the Champion. You may not enter. Interesting. You can levitate that. Maybe Mew is underneath it. What do you think?
I don't have a mud pepper or whatever it is.
God damn.
We'll find out in the big
leader.
Oh, I found some water.
Some water. No surprise. Statue's commissioned.
This guy thinks the statue is pretentious.
The champion. In battle today. Biggest fan. Maybe you just read faster than I do. I can't read that.
Oh, hey, what's this? I'm looking for a dog statue.
Leading the city of Utopia once had the power of the sacred dog statue. The leader is very ambitious. I don't trust him. That's fair.
Was this the dog statue? Okay.
Oh, protect the statue. It's a very important job. Okay. Used to protect a shrub.
Please do not play on or around the sacred dog statue.
That's fair. You know, it's a religious monument. Please hear the following. No swimming, no swearing, no... Oh, sorry, I broke that one.
I'm not even pressing the button for this one. He just... No moose calling.
No moose calling.
Pumpkin
carving. Self-pity. Walking on the grass. There's no grass. Pancakes on Monday. Eat vegetables. Slapstick. No balloon. And absolutely, positively, no barking like a seal. Upsets me.
I think this is the best guy in the game there.
Very goofy. Ooh. Some classical guitar. You're gonna be a classical guitarist? What's the meaning of this? Disturb my rest. I'm sorry, I didn't know. You're a skinny little guy, aren't you? You need some meat on your bones. You need brute strength. Got the thing for you, the power of Atlas. Okay. I don't know what that is, but we got it. Isn't the power of Atlas to like... Now Sisyphus is the guy who has to push the stone up the hill over and over again. Who's Atlas? A good evening. How are you? Raise. Oddly shaped pearl guitar. Hello, buddy. Welcome to the Warehouse Emporium. I offer a huge selection of goods and fabulous volume. Honey. I wonder what honey does. Wings with arrow. I think the arrow indicates motion, and the wings are the item, or that the item is a winged arrow. Doing good. I'm died. I'm dead. The dog is dead. I don't get to play anymore. We're in the market, and the merchants are talking about something. Hello, friend. We've had much business today. Brad, I think, is trading things. It seems like some people in the market have some things and others have other things. And something happens at a certain point. Brad seems to know what's happening. Some sort of warehouse. There's a funny guy in front of the dog statue. There's a big dog statue. I think like Rome was more about like wolves rather than dogs, though. Romulus and Remus were raised by a she-wolf in a marsh, I think is the mythical origin story of founding of Rome, right? The 10 hills surrounding 10 tribes kind of thing. Forget how many kings of Rome there were. I'm really blanking on my early mythic Roman history. Enter the palace grounds. No one goes through the gate unless we say it's okay. And it's not okay. Numa? I think Numa was the second king of Rome. Who's the first? Cincinnatus, I think, was like one of the first dictators. It was like dictator 3 times or something. He had cabbages. Been having trouble with Brad's mic tonight. Yeah. Something seemed suspicious. I mean, usually I'm pretty boring, and I am talking about a boring subject.
No? Oh, there we go.
I hear you. I hear you.
I think it's back. So I'm just disable and re-enable. It's just, why is this happening out of the blue? Like, it's just, this didn't happen yesterday. I was testing it yesterday, and I just played a game for a couple hours and streamed. Everything was fine.
I have a set of headphones that, for whatever reason, when I try to use them to listen to Discord calls, they'll work for about 45 seconds, and then they'll just disconnect. I have no idea. Only happens with Discord. Only happens with those headphones. But it happens like consistently at 45 seconds. I reckon it's all computer's magic. It's either that or the haunted cartridge.
So I'm trying to figure out what to do here to... So there's going to be a meeting. The woman said it was in 11 minutes.
Yeah. I think like at least that much time has passed in real life.
Second favorite celebrity animal, right after Muff the Mummified Cat.
They love mummified cats here. You can go to the square and get yourself arrested.
Ever been to the palace? I hear it's magnificent.
Magnificent.
The leader has found the sacred dog. We'll find out in the big meeting when. How do we get to the big meeting?
You levitate that rock.
Well, I would need a pepper. I don't have. See, I have the spell, but I need the pepper.
Can you punch something? Maybe you can crush the rock. Is that a thing?
I don't think so, but no.
I don't think so either. I'm just in hunt and peck mode, right?
I'm wondering what to do. I wonder if I did the wrong thing by crossing the desert. Like maybe there was another way to do that. But getting 10,000 jewels for that seemed like not fun.
See, your solution seemed completely unorthodox to me, but I wouldn't have done it. You remember getting the Annihile of Annihilation? Do you remember getting the Annihile of Annihilation on your first playthrough?
I definitely would have got one. I remember riding in the skeleton's boat, so I must have gotten one at some point, but I don't know how.
I feel like this is one of these things where you don't really actually get 10,000 gems, but somebody like gives you a thing that you trade for the thing for 10,000, right?
Quite possibly.
Kind of feels like that. Like you get $1 million and Conquer's Bad for a Day or whatever. Did you ever play Conquer's Bad for a Day, Brad?
I've seen it.
Ooh,
but I've not.
I've
not played it.
Oh, it's good. It's fun. Fun video game.
You
One
can
of those
find
silly things where, for whatever reason, Conquer gets his reputation for being really foul-mouthed and vulgar or whatever, just because his name's on the box. But Conquer is a sweetheart for the entire game, really. He never says a mean word in the entire game.
I'm not sure that's true.
Conquer's Bad for a Day? I don't think Conquer swears at all the entire game.
Is there swearing in that game?
There's a lot of swearing in Conquer's Bad for a Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've also seen how Conquer's Bad Fur Day ends, and it's kind of a really unusual ending.
Yes, it's very dark.
To any video game ever.
Extremely dark. Doesn't get what he wanted. And learns that it wasn't even worth getting. And everybody...
Okay, I think that's a good tip. It said something cool will happen when diamond eyes are put in the statue. How do I get diamond eyes? Wait, there weren't people in here before.
Or not. I do not remember them being there. Still have a little time to go trade.
About a minute.
Maybe some amount of time passes every time you try to do a trade.
In fact, it will probably start the next time you return to the square. That's
game designers.
Good information.
Look at you go.
Just duck into this building here. Wait, oh, this one came out the other side.
Those birds don't give a hoot that you're walking on top of them.
Were these birds
there's
here
a phenomenal...
a moment ago?
Yes, they were. There's a phenomenal amount of swearing in Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, okay.
A very lot.
I remember stuff happening, but the place is empty. The big meeting is probably starting. Oh, okay.
There's more swearing in Conker's Bad Fur Day than any game that I've ever played.
So,
hail the mighty and
I've just been trying to get to the dog as fast as I can, but the thing is, I don't really, and it's fair of the game to withhold the dog from you for a while because it's not actually a 2-player game. Like, this is the hack that we're playing.
That's cool. I've been joshing.
All hail.
I wish I had a leopard print thong like that guy on the left-hand side, though.
I think his name is
in
Vigor.
Honor of
I think that's
in honor of the sacred dog's appearance. There will be a battle in the Colosseum. Our champion will fight the challenger to be chosen by the sacred dog. Is it gonna be the boy? Yeah, it's gonna be. Show us the sacred dog. Show us. He walks up and go grabs. Yeah. Like how people get out of the way until the dog is looking past them.
Is that you? You're the sacred dog. That figures.
The sacred dog had chosen Tiny to take our challenge to the Colosseum.
Oh, his name's Tiny. I thought it was going to be the champion Vigor, but I guess not.
Ironic, right? Because he's a big guy. I'm Tiny. Coming with me. He flexes at you. He's literally flexing on you, Brad. Are you going to put up with that? You must wait here. Tiny waits outside.
Nobody gets hurt.
Nobody gets hurt. by me, Tiny. Oh, no.
Not until you fight
Vigor.
That guy has some sense of humor.
This is a joke. Greetings, challenger. I am Oh, I got it right the first time. Pompolinius. Advisor to the leader, Nobilia.
Hi, I'm Chugmander. There's been some sort of mistake.
I forgot his name was Chugmander again.
I'm not really the gladiator fighting type. But you're chosen. There's no denying that.
Didn't you have a rocket launcher before?
You're going to fight. You did at one point.
Pull the rocket launcher out.
Let you prepare. The gate will close behind me. When it opens again, that's your cue to come out fighting. Should I record my progress? Does the dog get to stay with us this time?
Let's split. I mean, let's, what's the word? Safe state. Mungus. This is another mess. Rid of the sword. Okay, yeah. Gladiator spirit, we can do it.
Tooth-spitting, sword-carrying champion gladiator. All I've got is a femur, a claw, and a stick.
Aroo!
What? You can't control yet?
No, I can, but I just don't have a bar, because we know battle.
Oh, hey.
It's a secret passageway.
I found something.
Ooh.
Call bead. Obsidian helmet. Ooh. Is that better than the helmet I bought?
I mean, in real life, obsidian is a rock, so it would make an extremely terrible helmet, but...
When did I get a stone vest?
I don't quite remember.
Why did I buy all these things? Now I've got better things. I haven't even fought a battle since.
And you ask yourself. I will now perform the dance of my people.
You stay here.
Stay here, Amugus. Stay, boy. And don't get in any more trouble. Woo!
Do I have to fight a battle alone with no dog?
Yeah. Ooh, I like the scale of this.
Look at
That's
that
nice.
crowd.
Just sold out, baby. This is cool. It's a nice little piece of artwork there. I bet somebody worked for a long time on that. Ladies and gentlemen, you paid for an entire seat, but you're only gonna need the edge. This is the main event. The big fire pit. Entering the Colosseum. The King of Chaos. The Babylonian Bruiser. The Pulverizer Prince of Pandemonium. Vigor the Indestructible. Okay, he hates columns and his half chariot. He's like a Flintstone. And introducing the challenger. Some kid who didn't even heal. Some loser with a stick.
Are those rocks exploding in green? Goo?
I was gonna say, like some sort of stone fruit. Well, it's good to know that I got the crowd on my side. It's like the big fight scenes in dirt swords, sweat and togas, some old sword and sandals. Am I right? Ben-Hur.
Was there a swords and togas or something like that?
Swords and sandals. Swords and sandals is a phrase to talk about like a certain type of Hollywood film of an era. Those biblical epics.
I'm trying to think if I've heard of a movie of a title really close to that, though. Something in togas. Maybe I'm thinking of this game when I played this game.
I know that there's a board game called Swords and Sandals.
I think the hero got pummeled in that picture. Oh well, here goes nothing.
Let the battle begin.
We're at
You gotta go fight this chariot. This is an incredibly good character design. And just use your range. The audience wants a good clean fight, Brad.
I got pelted by it.
4 damage. You're going down, bud. Don't you know magic?
I'm gonna wait till he does another flex. I don't know how much damage.
9 hit points left. Ooh, fireball.
Yeah, I should do that.
Fireballs would hurt me in real life, but I'm not half chariot. Be real, right? I'm like 0% chariot.
I can't tell if I'm doing damage because he's like off screen. I saw a 5 there.
You did 5. You only have 6 hit points left. He's the Crushinator. 11. You know, that's more than double. Got any pixie dust in that bag?
Did I use the pixie dust?
Yeah.
That did 0 damage.
You're supposed to lose, but...
So, am I already pixied?
I don't know. No idea. I haven't been paying attention. I've been goofing. Oh, he's got a boomerang. Wow, he can move horizontally quite quick. And he's got a bident. Wow.
I've never heard anyone say that word before.
Oh, it's like a trident, but with 2.
I mean, it's a word that made sense, but...
That's what they're called. I don't know what to tell you. Real word.
He's not flexing anymore.
He's a spear. Just a monodent. You gotta get him from behind. You gotta get his fleshy exposed posterior. I did a little more damage. What just happened? I heard some applause from the crowd. Oh. 1 hit point left. You're dead.
I'm gonna see what happens when I lose. Oh, no, we never came back.
You have to beat him. I didn't like a tuning fork. Yeah.
Oh.
I have to do this, right? Because I'm the host with the most.
You have to operate the menu.
Now.
Oh wait, I think now you're the boy.
Who's the man now, dog? Do you want to be the boy?
No, you go for it. I don't know if we can switch at this point anyway.
Interesting. I forget how everything works. Did you
did I
equip everything, or
no? We got this stuff after talking to the guy, so I think you should grab the 2 pots in this room, then go through the right-hand wall,
right,
and get the stuff over there because it's better armor, eh? Oh, this is where I got the stone vest. That's why I didn't know where I got the stone vest from.
Right, and the P-Tal. Are you sure you don't want to fight this dude again? Because you got more experience doing it. I don't mind. I'm happy to give it a try.
I think you should give it a try. But what we should do is equip the stuff and then do a save state.
Okay. Spiky collar on the dog.
Oh, that's
great.
We went from 0 to 42.
Oh, I see what's happening here. E button.
And then down, yeah.
Okay, I understand what's happening.
Alright.
Okay, that's all the good gear. And now save state.
Yeah.
Bada booey. Slamming that button. Okay, dog's dogging it up. Weak dog. I gotta get this ready for our fight. Like this. What do you think? I like that one.
Okay.
Okay. It's important. I like to feel comfortable while fighting Vigor. I liked Vigor's intro a lot. We also get to see that fun art again.
Mm-hmm.
Thing that somebody probably spent a zillion hours on that only gets used in the game once. Doesn't it look nice? I like the sense of scale that it gives. Really believe each pixel is a human. I won't do the line read again. It was fun though. Look at this guy. I don't understand why the trumpet's so corny though.
I like how at the end of or it reminds me of the end of Star Tropics where like there's this big zoom out when you're flying into space. And it just like keeps cutting to a larger image with like the smaller scale of what was in it before.
Yeah.
And it goes through several levels of that. It's pretty neat. I wonder if you could get him to crash into that other column.
Jerk crowd. 82 damage.
Oh yeah, so this must have looked really jumpy for you when I was fighting it, right?
Yeah. 84.
Whoa, you did a ton of damage.
Yeah. I targeted his weak spot for massive damage.
Oh.
82.
I was trying to do it, but you found a way to actually do it. Once again, you prove to be the master boss fighter.
54. Oh no.
I thought we were supposed to wait till he like flexes and people cheer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you can humiliate him. Pull his shorts down, as it were.
But I think that's secretly just a crowd attack when he does that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also use the pixie dust, and it'll heal you. You know, it'll Zelda fairy you.
Yeah. There's something else to bump my hit points.
Petal or nectar will both. Petal gives you like a bit, and then nectar gives you like 100 and something.
120 if I recall. If this game was a widescreen game, this boss fight would be easier.
I guess so. Well, the dent and trident is tooth, right? So, like 3 teeth.
Yeah.
But I've never... You wouldn't call a spear a monodent, right?
Yeah.
Somebody posted on... not Twitter, but Mastodon, the good version of Twitter that nobody's using. A thing called... Or not a thing called... a list of words that should exist and don't. So it was like 5 different endings that appear on some like common words, and then a list of words where like that ending is never used. So you have all these made up words.
Give me an example.
Let me look it up because I can't remember a single one of them because they're all words that don't exist.
Sure, that's fair. So like in a game when a character is named something that I can't pronounce it, I can never remember their name.
Okay, so the rubric is here's the word horror. You have horror, horrify, horrific, horrid, and horrible. You've got all 5 senses of that.
Yeah.
But then you have a word like liquor. You have liquefy, but you don't have liquefic. You have liquid,
right,
but you don't have liquable. Or here we have candor. There's no candify. There's no candific. There's a candid.
That one's for you, Draconius.
But no candible.
You know what I'm thinking.
You have stupor, stupefy, but no stupefic. But you have stupid, but not stupable. Okay, anyhow.
Congratulations.
We're back to the game.
They are good words. We underestimated your abilities. I think it's true. I think that you could slot those in and people would probably understand what you meant right away, right? Even though they're not words.
I'm just wondering if you've heard someone use bident or if you just like made it up.
Oh, yeah, no. It's a real word. I've heard it before.
Oh, a sword.
You accept this sword as a reward. It's one of like the gladiator styles, like signature weapons, right? Is a bident. I think the guy with the net uses a bident. Is that what's that called? A Thracian gladiator. Anyways, thanks. But what I'd really like is a clue. Where are we? What are we doing here? How do we get back to Podunk? Your answers lie on the west side of the river. There in the diamond eyes of the sacred dog statue. With these treasures, our leader will have the power to send you back to where you belong.
I like how he has no idea what you actually want, but he's told you that what you want is what he wants, so that you'll do it for him.
Yeah, it's slick move. Fine, whatever. This is my dog, buddy, Amugus. Hasn't really been himself lately. Statue bearing his likeness holds the great power. The diamond eyes of the key. We need the adventuring skills of you and your dog. Bring back the jewels. As well as Dusty Duffy McGander says in Perilous Patrol over Pluto. We may not have the rat's chance in a room full of cats, but we're gonna go after that cheese. It's a terrible line. Let's go, Amugus. Meanwhile, your evil skull statue. Do you have Diamond Eyes number 2? Yes, your claimness.
I like how it's a video stone phone or something.
Yeah. Do you mean to tell me that those unkept cretins looking for the jewels? This is an important job. Not something that should be left to the brutes with no sense of personal hygiene. What's with this kick? They may not be clean, but they know their way around this world.
I like the font set in this game.
Yeah, with the little black Drop Shadow. If he survives, he'll learn to surprise the little dog when they return. We've already had a problem with the meddling kid on the plateau number 2. Don't let that happen here.
The font reminds me of Chicago, like that old Mac font.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I get you. Don't you hate it when potatoes take too long to cook for no good reason? Every now and then you just get like some potatoes that just aren't about that.
Sometimes I
outside the desert, we can cross the river there. Then we can start. Oh, I think I lost your mic.
You've what?
No. Oh no, you just cut off mid-sentence. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did cut off mid-sentence. Okay. I got distracted by thinking about potatoes. 90 minutes seems okay for roasting potatoes. It's a reasonable amount of time. But I was saying, sometimes, like when I wanted to make, like, you know, hash browns for breakfast or something, I wouldn't want to wait for potatoes to cook. So I would microwave them for a minute or two, and then cook them from the microwave state, and that kind of like sped up the process quite a lot, you know?
Sure.
Where's the dog leading us? I guess I can press start and I can join. I can be the boy. We should save.
Yes, I agree. You can also meta save, you know what I'm saying?
I suppose we can. So wait, has my thing replaced the bone?
Whoa. I think it's just
what's this? Oh, Atlas. So I got all these... Oh no, it's just a different item I can use now.
You have a Gladius now. The icon is orange, but when he handed it to you, it looked silver.
So the spear has the same amount of damage. Wait, am I gonna have to do weapon level for... Oh, they're all...
Bone Crusher. Oh, they're two types of sword, apparently. The Bone Crusher is a primitive sword.
So I'm gonna have 16 weapons, and they're all gonna require their own leveling?
Perfect.
Why do I want to go back to a sword or a bone if I have a sword? That's my question.
You want to do some sparring, and you don't want to kill your interlocutor?
Hi there, Grocer Goodwill, and thank you for the subscription.
Oh, sick. Good moves.
Hey, did we get money for winning the thing?
No.
Yeah.
It was a volunteer opportunity. We are an intern.
No, we got 900 jewels.
We did it for exposure.
Volume. Give me pedals. Oh, he doesn't have pedals. Wings. Okay.
Could really boost your career, Chugmander.
I definitely think we need as many wings as we can carry. I think they get us out of a dungeon. Oh, I spent all my money on honey. Okay.
Blew it.
Okay, we're full up on dog biscuits.
There's going to be a lot of very important people at this fight to the death who could do a lot for your career, Chugmander.
Oh, why can't I sell armor? Huh.
Maybe you need to go to an armorer on Amulet.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I learned that through playing...
Wait, did we find an inn in this place?
An Amelia. I can't do the L sound.
Oh no, this is the mysterious spooky square.
Spooky square?
With a little well in the corner.
Practicing my lunges. Playing Monster Hunter en français avec mon ami Kanchi. On the old Saturdays. Couper the kill avec mon épée. Right? I cut that. Okay. Cut that monster's tail, right?
Oh. I want to levitate this, but I need a pepper.
You need a mud pepper. Maybe that the dude from our world has them. Is he selling them?
He does have them, but I didn't have money for one. Where's the inn? Where did we save here?
No.
There has to be an inn.
A good voice sample.
There's a goat.
Like the goat. You gotta do a better goat sound than the game does, though.
Moxa stick. Okay, so like, there is an item screen somewhere. Is it here? Equipment? No. Alchemy targeting. No. Status?
I don't know what you're looking for, so I don't know how to advise you.
Swords, axes, spears.
What you looking for?
I thought there was an item screen that gave you like a whole list of items that you were carrying and stuff.
As far as I know, it's just for the alchemical reactants.
Action. Oh, right.
This whole thing, which is irrelevant to us. Stat.
And it's not in status. Because there's like a whole inventory. Like we have the... What's the thing? The Jaguar thing that lets us dash, right?
Key items.
Oh, yeah.
It's fair. Maybe it's like on the start screen or something. No. Start messes with joining and whatnot.
Yeah. I thought there was a menu where you could see that, but I can't remember.
I just pressed the Y button and... Let's see. Does the X button do anything?
I think X button would be to open your menu normally.
No, X isn't doing anything. Oh, I see what you mean.
Aha, we found the inn.
Two folks coming to Bethlehem town.
Hello, matey. Welcome to my inn. Please stay and rest. It's only 30 jewels. Well,
we have to go do battle. Yeah. Chugmander's at full health.
I thought it had crashed for a moment.
We've been getting some lag, some rollback. Crashing on save is bad, yes.
Okay.
We can go. Chugmander's at full health, so we can go out and I can take point.
So we have to go over the river.
Yeah.
I don't know where the river is though, because he said like West River, but if we go west.
Maybe we're allowed to go west now. Very windy, yeah.
Oh wait, I think you as a dog, you can jump or something? Because you were jumping around like in that pond. I think now that you're a greyhound, you can jump. But we have to go back through the desert.
So it's the boat dude. Hey! Sure.
Yes.
No.
You don't. I think you're mistaken. I'm not mistaken. I'm just a liar.
The musical instrument.
So I think there probably is an easy way to get Amulet of Annihilation, but I don't know what it is. So do you want to run back through the desert, or what do you think?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's how we got here. I'll run defense. Dog. Oh
no.
Dog. You have the antidote?
Yeah.
The essence of Chugmander.
So there's like an oasis, I guess, halfway through. It was a really long way, eh?
It was. Made me assume that you knew that it was gonna work.
I wasn't certain.
Okay. It's the kind of thing someone would do if they knew better, but I'll take word for it. You lost your dog also. There I am. I lost my you. Whoa, look at that. That ain't right. What's going on? Oh, sorry. Am I the human boy now? Are you not playing? Where did Brad go? Brad's there. I think I lost Brad in my headset. I'm gonna analyze. I'm gonna try to read Brad's lips. Brad's laughing and talking. I got you again.
Okay, there it is. I was trying to tell you to use an item. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what was happening.
I
didn't know what was going on.
My audio kept cutting out.
Yeah.
Or my audio keeps cutting out, like, just randomly, and I have no idea what the cause is. It wasn't happening before. And this thing is a brand new box. Like, I bought this so I wouldn't have problems like this.
Yeah, that's super frustrating. I feel you.
So I don't know if it has something to do with using Discord at the same time, or what. Oh, okay, so I can be the boy now.
You remember that time I had a weird problem where all of a sudden one of my webcams just like stopped working?
No, but I would definitely believe it happened.
And I spent like 3 or 4 hours trying to reinstall and uninstall drivers and connect stuff. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. I couldn't make it work again. Well, one day, it started again. I didn't do anything. I'd forgotten about it for like 2 months.
Oh.
And one day I was trying to like set up a scene on OBS, and it was like, what on earth is this camera angle? Like my webcam is not set up in the spot where it would have this vantage point. And I was like, God damn, you know what happened? The webcam on the monitor worked again.
Oh.
Who knows, right? I couldn't tell you. Did you see that weird like graphical glitch where there was those squares?
Yeah.
That just
okay. So my audio must have been cut out by then.
Yeah. I was wondering if it was just on my end. That was weird.
Yeah, that was something strange. I think that was something to do with like the way we moved the camera faster than it expected because of...
Oh, because of the two characters.
Yeah, like normally you wouldn't be able to switch characters that far. Where are you? What just happened? How did you...
Who knows?
We accidentally triggered...
Warp. We did... Number, the mist didn't appear. Did you see that? When you swung the sword and you got a miss, the orange text did not show up on screen.
He just taught me a spell to revive dog.
He's back, dog. Love that dog.
If only I could find roots. I can't get them anywhere. You probably have to like sniff for them or something. I don't know.
I can do that.
So it'll cost us 300 for a mud pepper to move that rock that doesn't seem to be blocking anything. Oops, I should have...
Let's do it. That's where Mew is going to be under that rock. There's some serious jank going on in this haunted ROM, and I love it.
Oh, hang on. Will he let me sell stuff? No. I love that he brought the head of the swamp monster, whatever it was called, Salabog.
Yeah.
Oh, I got confused by the thing. My controls are reversed.
Chugmander actually just got a haircut. It's one of those things where he's a really foofy dog, right? And then when you cut their hair, they look like they've lost 100 pounds.
Is that the entire difference there?
Yeah.
Jewels. How many jewels do we need? 300?
Yeah, so that's like, I don't know, a fourth of the way right there. Same dog, just with a cut and a blow dry, right?
So let me see. We've got 181. Wait, how do we get back down?
Go left.
Oh, I see. There's two doors.
Yeah. The dog really.
Wait, did we ever go this way? Oh, hey, it's another one of those rooms that's like conspicuously empty, but there's a well.
Yeah, maybe they're connected.
I think I remember what these do now, but
it's to do a figure 8 around the rocks. Or to unlock this secret.
So I go like this?
I think so, yeah. And I have to do this.
You have to bark.
Yeah, or else Mew doesn't come. You can only throw one Pokeball at him, and it has to be a regular Pokeball. He only appears once. If you don't catch him, that's it. Oh wow. Confounded. Confounding wizard. Man, this wizard hates Chugmander. I'm still confounded. Okay, it's okay.
Alright, so where was the inn? Oh, dog can't come.
The stairs are too steep, so we have to take the elevator. I died. I got hit by knockback when the poison killed me, which is incredibly good.
Oh, so you can go.
Boy and his dog.
So that's what the elevator's for. Bring the dog up.
That's a plot hole.
The stairs are too steep, but the you know, standing on the arm of a ship. Oh, we almost have enough for the mud pepper. I'm sure we'll have
ship arms.
Enough by the time we come back.
Defense is worn off. That's fair. It's amazing. It feels like you have a new dog. You just get work a little shampoo into that hide, right? Brush its teeth a little. Perky little dude.
Okay.
When you throw off your winter coat, right? Maybe I can jump across the bridge that's to the left.
That was my
game west, right?
That was my thought. Yeah, like we have to go to the west side of the river, and I remember there being a broken bridge here.
Video game west is left.
Maybe not.
And
Let's see what's up here.
Hold an A and move towards it. Let's go El Norte. Video game up. Video game north. Maybe you can crush that thing using your Atlas power.
That's another idea. This like rope seems conspicuous as well.
Yeah, I can climb it.
There we go.
Go Chugmander. Go Chugmander. Birthday. I get very excited when the game breaks. To me, that's fun.
Okay, so...
Got a little pink paws. A little pink paw?
No.
Fireball. I think currently our only lead is getting a mud pepper and then crushing that stone in Rome? Is that Rome? Well, the guy had a Greek name. That also makes sense because like the Romans hired Greek advisors. By hired we mean steal.
Well, the premise seemed to be I was really hoping the dog could jump across that, just because of like you being able to jump across those lily pads.
Yeah.
So I think another battle we can...
You confounding dog.
Wait, what was in this cave before?
I don't know. No memory.
Or is this where we just came down? We came down through this cave.
I think we... Oh yeah, maybe. And it was to the right that there's a weird area. Yes. That is correct.
Okay, here's Blimp's area. Let's see if we can buy a mud pepper now. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. 1 pepper, please.
Maybe we have to grind for 10,000 gemeralds so we can buy the Amulet of Annihilation.
I feel there's like we've missed somewhere we can go or something.
It does feel like that, but it's happened to us before and we weren't wrong. So there's that area below us, right?
Yeah, how do we get down there?
Maybe this rock does something.
So you can't like stand here and then press a button or something to jump across?
I'm pressing every button on the controller all at once.
I guess not.
You alright? What about this rock?
This rock? Oh. Yeah, we'll probably be able to break those at some point. But
looks like they're on the object layer. These video game science, right?
Yeah. Well, also I know that this game has the 2-player thing has sort of a hey, roots.
Hey, roots, baby.
No, roots are great because I can heal with the roots. See?
Sweet. Can heal where it's see. I'm sniffing something up. You gotta follow that dog.
Oh, I've got 5 levitates now?
Follow the dog's nose.
What was the problem we were having with multiplayer before? Nothing in particular, other than the game crashes now and then. But there are known moments where there's a moment about not being able to break pillars with an axe at some point in the notes for there's lots of stuff here, eh?
Yeah,
supposedly.
I'm dogging it.
This one seems like a lie. Somehow.
Possible. Set me back. Maybe down. My cliff.
You're saying go down here?
No, like right there would be my guess. But who knows?
Oh yeah, trouble getting RetroArch multiplayer to work. So the one problem,
you know,
I had using the relay server can help. So like the person who hosts needs to have an open port on their router somehow. Getting controller set up? Well, you should set up the controller vinegar. That's a new one.
Weird.
Yeah, set up the controller for player 1 as you like it on each person's computer, and then when you connect, it basically reassigns controller 1 to controller 2. I think that's how it works, but I wish it was a little bit more explicit and configurable.
Yeah.
In a way that was like one-to-one with what you're actually doing.
You think it was better or worse than Lost Vikings?
What?
For like not knowing what's going on controller-wise?
Oh, I just mean RetroArch. What are you...
Oh, okay.
Are you comparing this game to Lost... Can you go in here? I can't seem to go in there myself.
Weird.
Dog is in control somehow. So wait, what was off to the right? What happened when we went to the right? Oh, right, it was that empty room.
Yeah, we had to unlock Mew.
Okay, we gotta get out. We gotta go back to the inn.
Oh, your dog's dead. I got killed by poison so hard. I got sent into the other room.
Oh,
amazing. I don't know. Emulators are always janking like crazy. It's just, I think it's just part of it, right? Part of the joy of these experiences is you plug your controller in and it just doesn't work this time for some reason. Hey, at least we made more than 20 jewels since last time we visited, right? How you doing, James? Welcome, bienvenue.
Okay.
Comment ça va?
So... Uh-oh, I can't move.
You have to run. You get out of here because the old man is trapping us in. Classic RPG NPC.
There we go.
Cool.
So this dog cannot climb ladders. I guess these are ladders and not stairs. Or he called them stairs, but... he said the dog can't climb them.
Yeah.
Are you finding me more stuff to steal? Or dig up?
Hope
Or...
so.
So this was... Amulet guy was back here? No.
Yeah, he was before. We talked to this guy, and then Amulet guy just moseyed.
Wait, what did he say?
Yeah. Maybe we can just follow him and beat him up.
That'd be funny.
Yeah,
Hang on. I want to talk to that guy one more time. It's funny that I can't... Somehow I can't enter doors anymore.
I don't know.
Some of us have been staying inside. Oh, that's what he said. So, like, we want to figure out how to get across the river, right?
Yeah. Many rivers to cross. But I nearly survive because...
Are you stuck behind this guy? Is that what's
Yes.
going on?
There you go. Enjoy. Thank you. Okay.
Oh no, I'm dog.
Yeah. You want to switch?
Wait, is it dog that has control? Okay.
Yeah, you are the only person playing right now.
Oh.
Okay. Now I am dog. Problem solved.
Oh, we haven't been in
there's
here.
This place.
Okay.
The West Bank. I found them though. I'm keeping for myself. We talked to the rogues of the West Bank are much meaner.
My
Brother Tiny is a strong. Oh, we met Tiny. Oh yeah. Honest work for my brother. Do you mind? We're trying to beat each other up. Can't talk. Busy punching. I like those guys. I like the cut of their jib. True. Arr, the floodwaters are scourge. They are. There's a hidden treasure, the jewels across the river. I think the wealthy clears up. Interesting. To the treasure.
The last thing we need is more adventurers. Okay.
Well, woof, woof, I'm a dog, woof, woof.
The punching guys were kind of amusing, but that didn't seem to lead to anything new.
Hey, the dog is going up and down the stairs.
Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh, I'm not stuck anymore.
Okay. This is suspense. Did you have a quick feeling in your heart like the game was about to just do a barrel roll? Like at any second there, the whole thing was just gonna fall over like a house of cards? Is that just me?
Yeah, it seemed like a bad thing was about to happen.
The incredible showcase of jank. Love it. Looks like we're all stocked up.
Oh yeah, the revive spell. What do I need to be able to cast?
Who knows?
That? Can I steal?
It's in that amphora.
Oh, nectar. Yeah, for some reason only I can go. Okay, so I went in here before.
Yeah.
You might convince
Nectar
the
of
ghost
the
pirate to get you across the sand. Oh, here, buy my armor, my old armor. Yeah.
I got your armor here.
Nice.
There you go. Turn to Tidy Prophet.
Well, I think I lost a lot of money on all that armor that I never used because we got free armor.
That's fair. Do you think this game would be very different if instead of a dog, the boy had a different companion? If instead it was like a horse? A boy and his horse?
Dogs are just kind of like little horses, so no, I don't think that'd be that different. Okay, so town's kind of a bust.
Will happen. Using some amazing video game logic, maybe something different will happen now that we've gone to that bar. It's exactly what a video game would do, is it not? Okay, apparently my attacks doesn't matter anymore.
Right,
it just exploded that sailor.
Okay, so there's got to be a way to get across this river, but I haven't figured it out. There's a bridge here, but
I'll be your river under a not troubled bridge.
So I don't know. That's all I can say about RetroArch in multiplayer. You get it working for one player, and then when you connect, it should just reassign you to two-player. But
usually it's fine.
If it,
every now and then it's very not fine.
If it doesn't work, I don't know how to troubleshoot it very well. Oh right, this is just this thing, which is not a thing right now.
Yeah.
All right, have a good night, Rays.
Yeah.
Oh right, so this goes back up to the. Do you want to go back to the city?
Yeah, we can levitate that rock.
That's true.
It's something, right? Maybe we'll get to see that graphic glitch again. That was exciting. I can sniff stuff.
I was hoping there was more roots here. Roots. Bloody roots.
Confounded dog. Oh, it switches my attack button too.
Oh, did you get poisoned again?
Yeah, I got a grooving mushroom or whatever.
Is that an earthbound enemy?
Yeah. You get hit by the mushroom and then your controls are reversed. And then sometimes they unreverse at very inopportune moments.
How far am I from having a level in this weapon? 23? This takes forever.
Is that 23 lives you need to claim?
I don't know.
With your blade.
Okay, so it's another long trek. I could swear there must be like an easy way to get an amulet.
I have no idea, but Boatman is kind of cool.
Yeah, yes sir. Oh. Well, where do I get one? Okay, well, I'm gonna take a sip of water and go for a jog.
Okay.
I like how these tumbleweeds like pursue us. That's a good enemy type.
Yeah. I like it. Evil tumbleweeds. Seem faster.
Are these like randomly placed or?
I could not tell you.
This is probably what you have to do to cross the desert.
Run for the tumbleweeds. Rolling around with a tumbling tumbleweed.
See, I don't remember this game being that mysterious.
Oh, I know.
The thing is, I also don't know if we're like running into a bug to do with the two-player thing and the thing not working. Oh, so there must be like multiple oases throughout the desert.
I have no idea where I am. Just leave me. Just leave me. I've just been holding up and then cycling the A button, but
yeah. Well, since you're Since this thing isn't coded for 2 players, like whenever I take a drink from the oasis, it heals us both, so...
It's fine. A new day, but a dawn. See them rolling along. Yeah, my heart is a song. That is where I belong.
I only know this song from The Big Lebowski.
Oh, okay. Tumbling along with the tumbling tumbleweed. It's like Riders in the Sky, right?
What?
Is that what they call? I think it's the name of the band that sings that, right?
Oh.
It's Riders in the Sky.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called.
I didn't know there was a thing called Riders in the Sky before the Doors song.
Maybe I'm wrong. There's like an old myth, right, about cowboys who behave poorly or whatever end up getting stuck in like some between world where they're forced to herd cattle in the sky while like burning in like permanent anguish because like the saddles of their like demon horses are on fire.
We're back.
I don't know a whole lot about Southwest folklore, but that I understand is the myth.
Oh, was somebody
the myth
trading amulets? This guy looks like he's got amulets.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, he did say so.
30 bags of rice. And we can get a bag of rice for... Is it this guy? No, spice.
Isn't it Riders at the Storm, the Doors thing? Riders of the Storm.
Oh yeah, Riders. Right, not Sky.
Riders in the Sky. Ghost Riders in the Sky is the name of the song I'm thinking of.
So wait, how many joules per bag? 3 joules per bag.
A bit...
So I can get an amulet for 90.
So there's the band is called Riders in the Sky, and then they sing the song "Tumbling Tumbleweed." Anyways,
so I'm gonna get some amulets here with this rice. More rice.
The other big song that's in Big Lebowski is "The Man in Me," right? The man in me can hide sometimes to keep from being seen.
There's a bunch of songs in the Big Lebowski. Yeah, there's that one. There's I just checked in to see what condition my condition is in.
Oh yeah, just walked in to see what condition my condition is.
How do I know what items? There has to be an item menu somewhere.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just a dream that we had. Big Lebowski.
It should be
song list.
I don't know. Okay, so where's the amulet guy? I want to buy some amulets. Got a big pile of rice.
The Man in Me. Mucha Muchacha. Esquivel.
Here's amulet guy. Okay.
Her eyes are a blue million miles by Captain Beefheart. Never heard of that. Requiem in D by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Okay, I bought 2 amulets so we can ride the skeleton.
I do remember the Gypsy King version of Hotel California, which for the record is way better than the original. Fight me. You're welcome to it.
Oh yeah, I remember the Gypsy King song, like when he goes to that party.
Yeah.
And there's like... They're like tossing a girl on a blanket or something, and then you hear Gypsy Kings.
Yeah. Yeah, it's way better. It's so better. It's way, way, way better. Los Eagles.
So now I'm looking
for that
song
that's
rock.
Like that is Woodstock, right?
I found the rock.
And,
okay.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young's version of with so much more rockin' than Joni Mitchell's.
Let's do it. Let's move the rock. Tiny.
I'm Tiny Barbarian.
Nobody lifts my rock but me. You know, it's ironic that your name is Tiny because you're actually very large.
Yes, Tiny likes irony. Tiny is a literal character. If you want Tiny to show you the real way, let's do it.
Oh, okay. So we got to get a tapestry. No art, no show.
Art. Yeah, he's a literary character. He's an appreciator of fine things.
Okay, so now we got a reason to trade for something.
Tiny wants something nice. Spruce up apartment.
Let's find a tapestry.
Look bare.
That is
no feel like home.
Golden Jackal. No thanks. There has to be a way to know what you're carrying. Like, you know? Like, how are you supposed to do these trades?
I don't know. Oh, there's that laugh sound effect again.
Tapestry. Where is the tapestry?
Tiny had tapestry in apartment before, but no bring him joy. Mary Kondo say, get rid.
Oh.
You, boy,
those
find
look
new
like
tapestry.
Those might be tapestries, eh? Oh, wait. That lady might have had some. Okay, mummified cats playing poker. 3 beads per tapestry. Okay, so I need more beads. I think armor polish. Ooh,
this looks like beads.
Somebody had beads.
Go left. Go left. The guy here looks like he has beads. I think the guy here down looks like fish.
Oh, it's an instant.
We learned cure.
Haha. Oh, okay, so that heals. That's nice. If only we could find roots.
If you go below you, there's something that I think looks like beads. I'm not sure if it is. There.
Oh, this is he's the amulet guy.
Oh, okay.
There was a guy who sold beads for 20, but I think you can also get beads for 12. Okay, this is the good one. Okay. Now I get some beads, buy a tapestry, and give it to Tiny. Alright.
3 identical mummified cat. Wonder what the in-joke at the office was about mummified cats.
I don't know, I think that's funny. It's like an ancient Egypt thing. There were some mummified cats.
Yeah. There you go. Now, say for rock.
I wonder if that rock will ever land. Do you think it'll land on the west bank of the river?
Yeah, I think that's how we get across that. That's how we get across that bridge.
Is that what we just did? Is that what we?
I think that's what just happened, Brad. I think that's how we get across that bridge.
So we did just find a way to get, for really cheap. What was it? A couple hundred. We could get an amulet.
Yeah,
I bought 2 amulets because I bought rice here. Yeah, 3 jewels per bag. So 30, 60,
90.
Yeah, like this way I can get 2 amulets.
Oh, do you think we have to give him the amulet? He takes it permanently? It's not just like our it's like you're saying it's fair.
Yeah. I think.
I'm not sure, I honestly don't know. But the way I was thinking about it is like if you had it.
I wish I could look at my inventory and stuff, but
Yep.
Yes.
Do it, and yep, hop in. So
otherwise, I just bought like 6 of them for no reason. Or
I'd like to welcome you aboard this non-stop shuttle to Crescent, the #1 spot for skullduggery, villainy, and bad manners. While you're enjoying your stay in New Crustacia, you rub elbows with real pirates, thieves, and scoundrels. You say look to the left, if you look at the left side. We're coming up on one of the highlights of our tour on your right. The natural shrub formation that sort of looks like a mummified cat eating a cantaloupe. Okay. Thank you. Please watch your step on the way out. So I wonder if that consumed our Amulet of Annihilation is gone forever, or not.
if only there were a way to check what items we had.
Wait, there was some sort of menu.
Pouch.
Pooch?
This is it.
Yes.
We definitely had an even number of... Yeah, okay, so he did take one.
Okay, good to know. Luckily, we don't need that much money to get them in the future, right? We're good.
Yeah.
The pooch. I forgot about that entirely.
Well, as long as you have one, you can always...
Oh, here we are.
What a goofy progression.
Love it. Wow. Any laps around the earth do you think that rock did?
Oh no. Okay, what do we got here? Call bead, 200 jewels. What? That's not the progression. That wasn't what to do.
It's just for fun. That was just a yuck 'em up.
Like, I think call beads are
good, you know? At 10 now. Very nice. We never use them, but hey. Whenever I'm playing games that have items like that, like limited number of charges or whatever, I never end up using them.
Yeah. It's the RPG curse kind of thing.
Yeah.
Are you sniffing something?
I'm just waiting for you.
Oh.
We can only just check the bridge, like, I don't know. Maybe somebody's saying, maybe we talk to Tiny so we can go talk to his brother now. That would be my only guess. A wild guess at that.
I thought it was Vigor's brother, wasn't it?
Maybe. Forget.
Who was it? This guy? Oh,
our brother
no.
Tiny. Yeah.
No, he didn't say anything new.
Okay. Classic RPG. Gotta go everywhere you've ever been. Talk to everybody. Talk to that one person who'll give you the thing to unlock the thing so you can rub the statue. Is there any way to, like, go west the desert? Is the desert strictly a large column?
I think it's just north-south. I feel like it's randomly generated.
Don't you dare walk down here. Why did the man walk down here?
He's just coming to help us.
Kindly, old man. Did you enjoy your terrible hammock?
I wish I could buy petals. Oh, wait, no, I can't go that way.
I mean, you can, but the dog just will have to teleport later. But there's no flowers around here. Petals would be very scarce. A rare commodity indeed. Okay, moon has gone. Nice. We're trying to get across this bridge. We talked to Tiny and he threw a rock very far. And we were hoping that this bridge would open up for us, but no luck. Some green goo.
It's nectar. I wish it wouldn't disappear after you tried to pick it up, because then I could just, like, use a nectar.
Yeah, that's fair. Without having to guess. Yeah. Tiny did seem to do that. That's true.
I mean, Secret of Mana had that exact same problem.
You can get stuck and you have like no flipping clue what's going on.
Well, I meant that you try to open a chest, and if it's something you already had, it says like candy won't fit, and then you just don't get it.
Yeah.
Instead of having an opportunity to use it, how do we progress?
No clue. I'm stumped.
I have a feeling we need an axe, a bronze axe or something, but I don't know. Dog can jump over? How does dog jump over? Like, that was my thought, because I saw the dog jumping over lily pads, and I thought, like, since we didn't have the dog when we first got here, that would be what would happen, so maybe the dog could jump. But, wait, here. Oh, are you giving control to me to see if I can jump?
I was thinking maybe it's like if it's computer controlled, maybe it does it. Maybe the boy activates an event that causes. Like, I'm trying to think like a programmer now, right? Like, I designed this game. I don't know that the dog is controllable. So the way that you would trigger the event is to have the human boy.
Here, you press start, and then I'll back out, and then like you try to.
I'm just thinking, like, you know, if I was me and I was like, okay, in this scene the dog's gonna jump over the bridge, right? How am I gonna do that? I'd probably say, okay, well, when the boy gets to this spot and presses the button or whatever, it'll create a dialogue, and the dog will say, "Ruff, ruff, I'm a dog, aroo," and jump, right?
What did you press to make the dog jump when it was on the lily pads, like in the?
Just forward. I just held forward. Yeah. So this does not look like it.
So that's a mystery.
Yeah, the mystery of the dog.
Hang on a second. Let me look up the patch notes for.
You still have played since 1998. Well, that's no excuse. We need answers, Moon. Not excuses. Dog up to.
Like on the ROMhacking.net.
ROMhacking.net. What do you have to say about our dear friend the dog? Poison! Poison the dog. Uh-oh, the dog is dying.
There were some forum posts about bugs that happen. So let's see. Bridge dog jump bug. Exit screen playing with only one player, then switch to dog, re-enter to bridge. You might have to press a button, and then dog should jump.
Okay. Exit screen with only one player playing. Correct. Re-enter. And who do I control?
Dog should
jump. Do I
jump.
control dog?
So there is specifically a bug about this. So like this is.
Okay.
We should have solved this like an hour ago, you know.
Okay. So what's the fix? I entered the screen. Yeah, we did. We beat up what's his face.
We did just save.
Did you repeat what the patch the forum post said? I don't know that I've done.
It says Act 2 Bridge Dog Jump Bug. Exit screen playing game with only one player, then switch to dog, re-enter, go to bridge. You might have to press a button, then dog should jump. Oh, hey. Okay, you did it. What did you do?
I just walked up to it. I didn't press anything.
Huh.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Yeah, I thought there was something about the dog jumping, because like at the very start of this, you... Oh, there we are. Can the dog not stand on the elevator?
Dogs.
Oh no!
Can the boy not come back over?
No, go stand on the elevator.
Okay, because I'm dying. Thank you, Moon. The best. Here. Alright. I learned how to use items in order to beat this challenge, okay?
Okay. There we go. Yeah, so like at the start of the section...
Now what?
I don't know, move around a little bit. Are you stuck?
The boy teleported over so they could take the bridge back together. Oh man.
Alright.
Oh man.
So this definitely has some bugs.
Oh man. That's one way to solve that problem.
Okay.
That's really funny. That's really funny. But if you could do that the whole time, why did... Oh man. What a good moment. I love video games.
I'm gonna use the nectar because we seem to be finding a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I could find someone who would sell roots so that we could basically buy... Like if we could stockpile roots, we could actually have like unlimited heal, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Man, it's one of the most video game things I've ever seen.
Aha.
There we go. I found you some roots. Yeah. Did you grab it off your bookshelf? So that's incredible. Thank you so much for your help. Yeah, we could have been at that for a long time. You can. You don't need to.
I was getting close to looking it up, but I was about to look up the patch notes just to see, because I knew there was some progression bugs mentioned like that.
Yeah,
and I thought we might have reached that point.
Fair. Well, thank you so much, Moon. That was amazing. Good pull. Good memory. Oh Lord. I think there's something over here if you're inclined to get it. Oh man. Wherever it is. What is this guy?
Look at this like satyr looking fella.
Yeah, this is panpipes. The other thing is we should look into saving soon. You know, I guess we can hit the save state whenever we need to, but
yeah,
sooner rather than later.
Oh wow, look at that dagger attack.
He's a good stabber.
Swinging everywhere.
That game where you try not to stab your fingers.
This is a tough enemy. I want to...
Put on fire, why not?
He's a dancing fool.
Amazing. This is a literal pit. Not even trying. This Snorlax is in the way.
Do you think the dog can jump that pit, or...?
I hope so. The dog was stuck on the entrance of the level, though. The entrance of the area. See that girl?
Okay, I'm gonna... Wait, hang on. So first, let's give dog some...
You're dying. You're dying.
And then I think we should head for that room, but I'll come out of one player again, and maybe you can jump over it.
Okay, let's see. I don't think so. It says we need a spell, which sounds about right.
Oh, you had to jump into it.
Cute. Well, are you a fisherman or are you an explorer? Are you okay? You took quite a spill out there. I'm dead. I think I'll be all right. We're getting used to flying and falling. It's true.
I think I get it now. Or I guess I'll just explain it.
Where are you from? Well, definitely not a Crustacea. No facial hair, tattoos, or visible scars. You're not from Nobilia either. No toga or sandals? Actually, we're from... Don't tell me. Wait, let me guess. Podunk. Did you say it? He does. Wow, you're right. I'm Chugmander. This is my dog Amogus. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm Horace Highwater. I too am from Podunk. Figured that you'd be just a matter of time before another Podunker arrived. See, this ancient world is a product of my imagination. I was the curator of the Natural History Museum in Podunk, and the area of expertise was early civilizations and piracy. We were part of an experiment with a big mansion on a hill and something went wrong. That's right, terribly wrong. How did you know? Well, I'm here, aren't I? Fire Eyes, Elizabeth told us about it. She's the leader of a prehistoric world on the plateau. Paces. Yes, Elizabeth, Professor Ruffleberg's granddaughter. There was another guest at the party, too, Miss Bluegarden, the librarian. I've always suspected that we were victims of foul play. By whose hand? I don't know. I think we can find special diamonds. An important guy in the city told me that they're very powerful. Oh, the new leader after Diamond Eyes, is he? Thought he would be. You represent a lot of power, and the fellow is hungry for power. He appeared on the scene only weeks ago and took over Nobilia very quickly indeed. He's very mysterious. As my contacts have ever seen his face, I would suspect that he has nothing but bad intentions. Well, what should we do? Chances are that the leader of the people are looking for the diamonds too. I suggest that you find the diamonds first and bring them to me when you have both of them. I'll make sure that they don't fall into the wrong hands. Diamonds are the Hall of Colossia, to the north of the Great Pyramid to the south. We've dug the pits from that protect those sites from the harmful intruders. See hidden paths over these pits by using the Revealer formula.
Oh.
My friend Medronius gave you the formula if you talk to him. He just appears on cue. Okay.
All right.
My dog. I'm Medronius. Speak of the devil.
Does not respect the treasures of our world.
Yeah, Medronius was just trying to prevent himself from getting a heat stroke. He's very responsible, right?
I like the eyeball. Okay, ash and wax. Roots! Yes!
The roots are on fire. I think that's probably enough. Or not. Okay.
Never enough.
Broke Brad.
Okay, we got lots of ash and wax. We don't have any vinegar or brimstone spells, I don't think. Oh, I spent all our money on roots, didn't I?
Yes, you really broke the bank. It's okay.
Check the walls in Colossia. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, a lot of areas have people hidden or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Do it.
We found the inn.
All right. Save here, shall we?
So the friends of the professor, like, each of them had, like, a fantasy where they wanted to go.
Yes.
So this guy's fantasy was, like, the ancient civilizations. So he has ancient Rome and...
Yeah.
Pirate times. And it sounds like we're headed for a pyramid or a Colosseum or both.
Maybe they're Phoenicians. They're sea peoples.
Horus's camp.
Who knows?
Horus.
Okay, I think this is a perfect time to put a pin in it, take a pause. We've had our fair share of glitches and troubles, and clearly at this point the cartridge is haunted, right? The ROM is haunted by a ghost.
Oh.
I think it's obvious.
Oops. Wrong window.
Okay, well.
Save my safety save state. So that was good. We eventually figured out that the dog's supposed to jump across the bridge. I feel like they should have called out the dog jumping at some point. Just like,
yeah,
hey, you can jump now, or something. Or you could get an item, like the jaguar thing that we found. It would be like,
sure,
you can jump.
Jumperino.
That would have helped. I mean, we did like just... I mean, all you do is literally have to walk left on the bridge, right? It's just there was a bug preventing the thing from happening. This should have. So, I mean, we would have found it because we had tried that a couple times.
Sure, yeah. I guess the question is try it in the real game and see whether or not it's actually that difficult.
Well, in the real game, it just happens. Like, that's the thing. This is a known bug for this patch.
Sure, yeah.
It's just I should have read the patch notes again before we played today. I probably would have caught it faster.
The seagulls.
Oh.
Okay, well.
But yeah, the next thing I know that happens is there's some pillars we have to break with an axe. If they're not breaking, we might have another situation where we like have to turn off 2-player and kind of come back to the room
and see what's up. Okay, that sounds good. Into it. All right, so next Thursday, same time.
All right.